Ella. Whoops. A rescue is a word that is synonymous with saving. Finding an animal that needs support to survive brings satisfaction that you're not only here for yourself. I was never inclined to save. As a child, my father never wanted pets. They weren't conducive to army life. Not knowing when or where we were moving, goldfish, Then I remembered having a pet turtle. Time passes and I meet Janine. She lived with pets all her life. I was always fascinated by how she communicates with them. Now I live with them too. We had a chance to rescue a turtle. Someone had to move, couldn't take their pets. Like many turtles, people think that they can take care of themselves. But living in captivity and living in the wild are two different things. The work involved sometimes is more than people want to deal with, so they let them go free. That doesn't alleviate the problems. Letting them go changes the environment they're placed in. They become invasive, taking over the space that native turtles once held. Most people don't realize that if you put in the work, there are many rewards. We found out that Ella was never let out of the tank, didn't have a basking area, and the tank was small, and Ella was in the water all the time. When we decided to take Ella, and after researching, the first thing we did was to get a larger tank and a basking shelf. With a better filter system, the water was cleaner longer, and we dedicated our time to bringing Ella back. With a better diet, fresh greens, apples, regular turtle food, we started to see a change in her. The biggest change was her shell. The turtle shell is part of the body. The stronger the shell, the healthier the turtle. It can't live without it. It is divided into sections, and as it grows, it sheds each section a layer at a time. After time, it becomes smoother and shinier. We now saw the true color of Ella. "Bill, I need you. Something's wrong with Ella. Hurry, come quick. I'll go online and see if there's any information." Ella was in a frenzy, thrashing. She was on her basking shelf and couldn't get off. Whoops. Now we saw what the problem was. All the time we had Ella, we never thought she was a he. Now Eli was caught in a hole on the basking shelf. We took him out and the attached shelf into the bathtub with warm water and sugar. And after some time, he started to calm down and we were able to lift him off the shelf. After swimming a bit, he was getting back to normal. It was tense for all of us. Let's say we have become more aware of Eli's needs. We started letting him out of the tank to walk around the room and be free to explore. It was amazing witnessing him. The freedom to explore made Eli more sociable. And when he was out, he would follow us around. He liked being close and climbing on your feet. If we were lying on the floor, he would start climbing. When we picked him up, we would look right at us with his neck stretched out. If we passed him on the floor, he'd race after us. And sometimes, when he had the front door open, he would look out, stretching his neck out and up. When the sun was shining, though, the warmth would overcome Eli, and he'd love stopping where he was and stretched his legs as far as they could go to take in the rays. It was when our cats were around that Eli became more animated. Whether in the tank or out, he would chase the cats. But when he was out, it was fascinating watching Eli creep as close to them as possible. He would climb a pillow to be with a cat, and after sniffing their fur, he would sit next to them, and possibly falling asleep. My past perceptions of animals have changed with Eli in our lives. We are not sure of his age, but we've had him for 10 years. He could live for another 20. He's about 7 inches long and could grow another 4 to 5 inches. Living with Eli brings us joy, though it's a lot of work. Cleaning the tank is the biggest job when having a turtle. It is his home. We feed it in the tank one piece at a time to reduce the waste. We have rocks in the tank, so Eli moves them to where he wants them. When we clean the tank, we clean everything. And when we put the rocks back, Eli loves moving them again. The tank also has larger rocks that are designed as steps to the basking shelf. We're a heat lamp and a day lamp. Oh, Eli loves basking. I'm not sure if it's karma or if it's my future, but ever since Eli came into our lives, we see more and more turtles crossing our property. One was stopped outside the back door. At first I didn't see it. It's that second look when you see what's there. There was a sucker on its shell. After a while we moved it, and so, was that fate? Did the word get around? We let the turtle go, and it started going toward the road. That was the wrong way. I wasn't happy when I picked it up. It started moving all its legs at the same time. I looked at it and said, "It's the wrong way. I'll take you to the pond." It calmed, and I carried it to the holding pond. We take things for granted. We have reminders of real life, like stuffed animals, toys, and pieces of art. We must take advantage of what is out there in nature, or it will be gone. As we build and build, more is lost. Can we afford it anymore? We are lucky to have a holding pond behind our home. Even a small area like this can make a difference, increasing native plants, animals, birds, insects. It is worth a walk to see what life is about.